The way my husband speaks to my kids makes me want to leave. My 30 husband, 30, speaks down to our children, 6-year twin boys, 8-year daughter, and I'm ready to leave. I love my husband. He is a hard worker, treats me like gold, or used to, and is overall the man of my dreams. However, as of late, he has turned into the biggest asshole. He says things to our boys like boys don't cry and is constantly on their asses, not just the boys but our daughter too. He has zero patience. I'm more of an authoritative parent. I tend to lean more on natural consequences while he makes the most outlandish threats, i.e. when my boys cry or whine he says he's going to send them to school in diapers because only babies cry. He has told my son if he talks again he's going to pull out his pocket knife and cut off his tongue. He's told my children if he catches them running in the home he will cut off their legs. He constantly threatens to spank with a belt, slap, smack, etc. I seek to understand, while he is all about raising robots with zero emotions. I was raised in a home of mutual respect, love, and understanding. He was raised basically dismissed, beat, or neglected. We are constantly fighting and it's always about how he treats the kids. Our kids aren't bad. We are constantly complimented about how well behaved our children are, how smart they are, how kind they are. My boys are a bit immature, they can be whiny but according to their teachers, that is completely normal for their age. I'm not sure how to combat this. It's gotten to the point where the kids are excited if my husband is working out of town and they dread when he's home. We all do. We've had serious conversations about it and he seems to be receptive but then goes back to being the same asshole within hours if not minutes. Our religion does not do divorce. I am ready to be exiled to protect my children and their mental health. I may be overreacting but I can't shake some of the things he says or does to them. It's not normal and not something I am okay with. I regret the day I decided to not have kids. I'm male 44 start to regret not having children in the last 5 years. I've had multiple girlfriends since I was 22 and both parties agreed not having children no matter what. I didn't see a point of getting married, I saw no point of it. Most of my girlfriends that I had left me, they changed their minds and what kinds. I deeply respected their choices, they respected mine. Years went by. My last relationship was 6 years ago. My ex was pregnant but chose to abort the baby. A month later after that she broke up with me. Asked why and she said that she wanted kids and didn't know it was possible at her age. As soon after the breakup she met someone else and they both got married and had 3 children. I'm literally crying as I'm writing this post. This sucks. I was just warned about me going to regret not having kids and my own family but I never listened. I can't even be around my family anymore, especially my siblings. The worst time are the holidays. I'm going to dodge this year holidays at all costs. I cannot see their children opening presents and watching fireworks, running around playing together, go out to see a movie together and I'm sitting there on the couch watching them like I don't care. I do care. I want to scream. Autism is not a superpower. It's not a different ability. It's a curse. My daughter will never wipe her own ass. She will never feed herself. She will never speak a word to another human. She will never have a novel thought. She will never solve a math problem. She will never fall in love. She will never have a conversation. She will never sign a sentence in ASL. She will never live 24 hours on her own. She will never wipe her own ass. I will die with an 200-pound adult child depending on me for her daily needs. My wife will die never knowing a day of freedom. My wife will never have a career. She will never make the mark on the world that she dreamed of as a child. My daughter will die alone, never understanding why her mom and dad are gone. I will never hike the Appalachian Trail. Every Redditor and Tumblr poster joking about how their autism makes them a quirky introvert will never have a clue the suffering my child and the rest of her family suffer every day of their existence. And I don't judge them for that, I envy them. If my child had the mental capacity, she would envy them too. I am glad that they can live a life of connection and achievement even with their struggles. I admire them and wish them well. But they are not like my daughter. She will never type a sentence. She will never post on the internet. She will never know that other human beings are her equal and want to communicate with her. I cheer them on for their struggles and triumphs. And they are right and justified and admirable in their own way. I wish every day my ASD child were like them. I too am autistic according to one psychiatrist. I don't know if that's actually true. I told her I don't want a diagnosis and she dropped it. Autism spectrum disorder needs to be separated between the quirky but functional and the will never experience the fullness of life. Every person who posts rants on social media against the idea of curing or treating autism is right in their indignation. But at the same time, I believe they are blind to their own privilege. If I could eradicate autism with the press of a button, I would do it in a heartbeat. I don't want to strike away the idea of neurodivergence or mental struggle. I know it firsthand. Still, I agree. I hate the idea that my child needs to be cured. But I also do want that. I am torn in two. Autism at its most extreme is a curse. It's evidence against a benevolent God. I want someone to acknowledge that. I love my child. I love her every day. And when I look at her I feel warmth and care and even a tiny bit of hope. I take great comfort in her embrace and her smile, and I thank God every day for every little moment of happiness. But my daughter will never wipe her own ass. And I will never hike the Appalachian Trail. If you're sick, let the flight attendant know. This might seem petty, but I was on a 4.5-hour flight last week from Nevada to NC. I was in the aisle row and you were in the middle seat. We did not know one another. We were very kind to one another. You only brought a backpack, so I moved my carry-on so you can stow it away properly. As soon as the flight started you asked me and the window person if you could pull down the window and sleep. That's cool, it's 6 a.m. But you did not sleep, my friend. No, no, no. You instead just put your head to your knees and coughed the whole journey. Being next to you for 4.5 hours and I caught your bronchitis, my guy. No amount of airborne or emergency C could stop what was coming my way. I wish you would have worn a mask or warned me/flight crew that you were sick. I know that it's embarrassing. But I would have sought another seat or a flight. As soon as I saw you coughing I should have asked a flight attendant to move. So I take that responsibility. But still, if I am sick in the year 2023 I am wearing a mask. My father is immunocompromised, due to his battle with cancer, and now I have to wait to see him and my mom and the rest of my family. Also I am almost out of PTO at work BC. I didn't want to get people in my office sick on my in-person days. I hope to never see you again, middle seat guy. My dying mother asked me what it was like to have an O. I forever will be sad about it. I didn't know how to answer her. I was newly married and pregnant. She turned to me in the car and asked me that. She was married to my father for 4 years, with the stepfather for about 18 years at that point. I'm angry at them. She died before I could buy her a vibrator. I've had some really terrible grief in my life, but this ranks up there with the saddest thing ever. I'm angry at my father because she was a 35-year-old Catholic virgin, and maybe disappointed is more apt. I would have wished it'd be better for her since she had waited so long. The stepfather was an abusive jerk, but he made her happy, which was obviously a lie.